Good morning, everyone. Okay, so we're going to be sharing throughout the service. There are about 9 of us here this morning, and you're going to hear different messages of different aspects of the Workcamp experience. I'm going to start us off and just kind of tell you a little bit about the camp that we went to this year. We went to Winchester, Kentucky, which is just a little bit east of Lexington, Kentucky, and we were kind of right on the edge of the mountains, which meant we got to do something in the mountains on our half day, which you'll hear about later. There were a total of 20 of us from Prince of Peace this year, 17 young adults and 3 adult leaders, and we had such an amazing array of ages. We had 3 that had just graduated high school, and then we actually had 8 8th graders coming into 9th graders this year, which shows really promising things for our group as we get through the next years. A couple other facts about our camp from this summer. We were there with 314 campers total, and they were from 8 states. And a new thing this year was we were actually with a group from Canada. They were from the province of Montreal, and that was very fun. They were very Canadian pride, showed up with their flags and all their red and white, so that was a new experience for all of us. And it's really been cool to see the different experiences we've had. This is now, we've been going with group mission trips for over 20 years, and the programs are evolving. Different things stay the same, but different things change. Personally, I just wanted to share about how the program this year really brought our youth group together. So we have 4 different times throughout the day where we're experiencing our faith and getting the chance to talk about our faith. Right away in the morning program. Then when the kids go out to their work sites, they have work site devotions with their crew members, whoever they're working on their project with. Then we come back, and that night we have youth group devotions, and we also have an evening program. And what was really cool about the program this year was it asked the students to really think of words to describe themselves and really name their abilities and their characteristics. And I feel like those lessons really brought us together as a youth group. Personally, one of my favorite activities was us as the adult leaders got to come up with words, with one word that we felt described the students. And that was a really emotional experience for us as adults. And I know that a lot of the youth really connected to that experience.
Okay, so I'm sharing a Workcamp story. So, what? Oh, I'm Adeline. Yeah, that's, okay. So there's like there's 2 hallways full of like people where they sleep and stuff because we sleep in classrooms. And me and my friends were just like, walking past the hallways, and we decided to just stop in a random person's room, and say hi. So we did. And we said hi, and it ended up being like a huge talking circle, and other people started joining us, and we all just sat in a circle and talked about random stuff, fun stuff. And we ended up like getting the girls in that room's like phone numbers, and we talked to them like the whole week, and we were like friends with them the whole week, and now we still talk to them to this day.
Hi, I'm McKinley, and one little thing I got is to talk about something that I felt like I was alone in, and I found out that I am not. I found other people, and it kind of was like God's like to me, just feeling that I'm not alone. And I still also talk to them to this day. They're from Canada too.
Hello, I'm Stephanie Lober. This is my 8th year going on this trip. One of my favorite weeks of the summer. This is the 3rd year I ran my own crew. We had really motivated kids, did a lot for our resident, and she was like 7 years old and had been through a lot of health issues, so she was kind of down on her luck. While she was in the hospital for a health issue, her mother, who she had been taking care of, passed away. So that was really sad to hear. And then a neighbor across the street that was a good friend of hers also passed away. So she was just really, really in a bad place. and she was super excited to see us and listen to what we had to say and learn from our little talks at devotion time. And so we prayed for her because she was having some AFib problems, and at the end of the week she was going in to get a test done to like jump her heart. And at the end of the week, by the time it was time for her appointment, she went in and they didn't have to do it. So that was like our God sighting, and it was super amazing. She was really happy, and we had gotten done with her project, and then we went and helped another group do theirs. And it was a great week. I love like connecting with these kids and getting to know them and watching them learn to trust each other in our youth group. And yeah, by the end of the week, these guys are telling things they would never tell anyone at school. And the other kids are just opening their hearts and accepting it, and just, I don't know, it's really awesome to watch. And that's just one thing that I love out of this week. Also, our bus rides are really fun. We play cards and we eat a lot of cookies, and just all kinds of just fun talk. So anyway, that's one of my favorites.
I'm Quinn, and I'm going to share about kind of our whole Wednesday. So Wednesday is our fun day at Workcamp. So we go out and we have our normal breakfast and morning program, and then we get to go out and work on our work sites for a couple of hours, and we eat lunch with our crews, and sometimes our resident will join us for our crew lunch and devotions. And then we go back to the school to meet up with our youth groups, and we go off and kind of just have a fun day together. So this year we got to go to Natural Bridge State Park in Kentucky, and we got to ride the chairlift up to the top of the mountain and just kind of explore, go hiking with a couple of friends from our youth groups. And we came back down, we kind of raided the gift shop a little bit, and then we got back on the bus and we got to go have dinner with our youth group. This year we went to Sonic, because a lot of us had never tried Sonic before, and it was really good. And then we all requested to go to Walmart, so we went to Walmart. Don't know why, we have a Walmart here, but it was very fun. And then after we're done doing our stuff on our own with our youth group, we got the opportunity to come back to the school and listen to the Kentucky baseball coach. And he kind of just told us about his faith journey and like how he like sees faith within like baseball and within his team. And he taught us a few Bible verses, and it was just really, really fun to listen to. And then we have the variety show. So the variety show is kind of just a talent show. You have to audition to be able to get in, and this year me and the three girls who had graduated this past year, including my sister, we got to perform together. On the bus ride to Workcamp this year, we rewrote the Pitch Perfect riff off so that it was church appropriate, and it was very fun. We got to just we kind of grew together in that sense, and we would practice it together in the room before bed. And then when we went to Walmart, we got our outfits, some cut-off t-shirts. It's really great, and it was just a really fun experience.
Hello, I'm Paul, and it was my fourth Workcamp trip. I'm also the bus driver, so I'm kind of important when I go on these things, which I really, really enjoy. I also enjoy getting to know the kids, and the kids that I've met over the last couple of years, you really become tight with them. And because I drive bus, it's nice to see them at school and different events and stuff that I go to. So, but the Workcamp this year, I'm a carpenter by trade, and I had a work project that involved tearing a deck apart and redoing it. We also did some painting, which I'm not really, I can do it, but I don't really like to. I mostly just like to boss. And I got new hips back in March, and so I was able to move around a lot better this year. So I was able to do a lot more bossing, and that made this trip a lot more fun. But as Stephanie said a couple of times in her talk, to connect with the kids is what this is all about. And it's not just the kids in our group from this church, but how they mingle with, you know, kids from all over the country and, you know, form friendships and things. It's really been a blessing for me to be part of this group. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Owen. This was my first year at Workcamp, and I'm going to talk about the typical day at the Workcamp. So basically, you wake up in the morning and you go eat breakfast, and then after a bit, it's the morning program, and they talk about some stuff and sing some songs. Then after that, you leave to your work sites, and once you get there, you start working on whatever it is, painting or rebuilding. And then after a bit, you have lunch, which was pretty good, and then you have crew devotions, which sometimes the residents will join you. Then after that, you get back to work, and after a while, you'll leave, and then once you get back, you basically do whatever you want to for a while until dinner, and then the evening program, which they talk about more stuff and sing some more stuff. Then after that, you do whatever you want for some more time until 11, which you have to go to bed.
I'm Landon. I'm going to be talking about how the crews worked. So after you got off of like the 10-hour bus ride and you spent another hour and a half unloading it and getting in your room, then you go to the assembly, which is in the gym of the school. There's about like 300 kids there. You get grouped up until there's like 50 groups. You get grouped up into like groups of like 6 or 8. And the age range is kind of cool. You get like an adult or two. And then once you get to know them, you guys assign yourself roles. And that's kind of cool. And then, you kind of, when you work, you get to know the people. And the relationships can kind of last. So it's kind of cool to like still be able to talk with the people that you've met and learn more about them and their lives. Yeah, overall, it was just a pretty cool experience to get to know people.
Hi, I'm Andrew, and I'm going to be talking about how Paul right here saved my life. So, my very first day of working at the actual work site, I got nicked with rusty nail, and I did not have my tetanus shot. So, once we got back, I went up to Paul and asked him, hey, can you take me to a Walgreens so I can get my tetanus shot? So we got on the bus, piled in. First we went to Walmart because we have to. It's Walmart. But then he pulled the bus into a tiny Walgreens parking lot, went in, took like 20 minutes, got my tetanus shot, and I'm alive now. So.
That story so casually, but the youth director side of it is I get back from my work sites and one of the girls comes up to me and says, Beth, Andrew needs a tetanus shot, and that's it. That's all I do. And I'm like, okay, what a great way to start off our Monday. But anyways, I just wanted to invite you downstairs after you grab a treat and coffee. We will be showing the Workcamp slideshow with music, so you'll get to hear all the different songs from the week, and you'll also get to see Quinn talked about her variety show performance that is in there with their lyrics that they made change to the Christian version. I just really want to thank the congregation. This trip doesn't happen without your support. The Workcampers pay a registration fee and a fee to go, but most of our your donations provide most of our fees to attend. From the bus, to the food, to our t-shirts. We are just so appreciative that the importance that this congregation places on Workcamp. Also downstairs, after we show the slideshow, I'll be kicking off registration for next summer. In 2025, we're going to be headed to Mission, South Dakota, which is a town on one of the Native American reservations out there. And I think it's going to be a really great experience for these young adults to see that type of environment and just really grow in the cultural aspect of that area as well. So thank you again for all your support.